but that slowed down the delivery. Alrighty, let's run the edges, because like I said, this is 60 degrees and workers don't run at 60 degrees, they run at 45 or 90 or 0 or any points on those cardinals. Oh look, there's a bale. I missed one. Well, maybe we'll remember to collect it this time. The problem with these fields is that's conditioned grass. Oh well. So that was intended to be wrapped. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the butt. It's 6,000 litres and obviously a hay bale is a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going, it's a bale that's going to be sitting here unless I make a special trip to collect it. And it's square, so I can't do it with my pickup. And it's square, so our bale spikes aren't really ideal for collecting it either. And it is what it is. So. Anyway, we have a lot of this field. Or a lot of the edges of this field which can be collected. So that's more bonus grass. And we have one more field to row. Good grief, try saying that quickly 3 times. Anyway, how's my... Okay, tea is borderline ready to freeze on me, so... yeah. Kind of mess that up a bit. How about that? I kind of got distracted by the, if you want to call it, second headland that needs to get done, but I figured it's probably worth filling off that part of the field and then, yeah, finishing down towards the bottom. And 45 is the last field to do. That's the big one. I think there's a corner over here that I didn't get. Okay. And then 45 is straight through here. Which I'm not going to... Okay, how do we get into 45? Probably down there, which technically means I should go that way. You know what? Not gonna happen. I'm gonna go down the edge of this field because it's nice and wide. All right. Okay, and off you go. Again, we're running on a sort of 45-degree angle there. You're still running. You're... Oh, you just ended up in the wrong place. kind of think what I might do is run this the other way on this field. Just because well, I'm not sure that's actually the longest way to do this. I think this is fairly square now. But, we missed a bit, but the merger's going to be fine with that. So I've got the Crown is running, the Deutz is running. You are not running because this part of the field is just well, a problem for you because you are now stuck on a tree. Marvellous. Now I kind of guessed we were going to have a problem with this edge. Done with the baling. I'm just coming out here to start baling this, so I think I can finish this off manually. I think I may run across the top. Do the pull it away from the edge deal. It does make some big piles at the end of each lateral roll. I think I should be able to cope with that if I bail this way first and then run up and down the field. Anyway. What's the time? It is 10, coming up on 10:30. I think I said this was probably going to be a long job, especially since we have 6 of them. Although, yeah, we're cutting the last field, so it's not total disaster time. Problem is I don't want to collect and deliver any bales until we have gotten to the until I can do it all in the same time. Part of the problem I've had in the past with contracts, at least harvest contracts, is if they get completed and I don't claim them, then they disappear. And then the other problem with that is if the contract that, because I have no control over which contract completes, because apart from the one that's going to the BGA, all of the rest go to the bale delivery point. I'm then looking at I deliver 10 bales and it picks a contract at random and delivers all the bales to that one contract. That can be a bad thing if I'm collecting bales on this field and it's crediting field 42, then I'm not collecting the bales on 42, so I can't claim that contract until I've pulled all the bales off of field 42. Or I end up with, I haven't tested this because I really don't want to find out, but I could end up with just a bunch of bales on a field that I can't collect because I don't have access to that field. And that's not exactly the most ideal situation to have when I'm trying to create these bales for cow food. So I do want all the bonus bales. Okay, this is mostly okay, I guess. And then... And yeah, it was the same thing I did with the silage contracts I just completed. It was, you know, I'm going to complete all the wrapping and everything else, and then once that's all done, I'm just going to go out and just collect all of the bales all at once. And typically what I do is, yeah, I'll collect all the bales on 109 and fill up the bale collector with bales from 107. Then I'll go and deliver them. Now, if I have a little bit of a problem and it credits 106 with those delivered bales, that's not a problem. I then finish collecting 107, collect 106, and complete the 106 contract, if it wasn't the one with equipment. So you can do that. And then after the first delivery, I'm just going to, okay, I need to collect the bales off that field first, so that if I do need to claim it, the contract's done and all the bales are lifted off the field. Okay, unfold that again, and yes, it's turned on. Okay, you go. Start the engine. And again, because of the angle of that, the last two fields we have to do, I may need to do a lot of those manually for tedding and rowing. And the problem with the Merge Max is because we're doing a side row, it's a little bit tricky when it comes to follow me with the baler. I could change it so it merges to the middle. How do we get out of here? This way. Indeed. No. Oh, I have gone the wrong way. Round and round and round we go. Got completely turned around. The exit's over this way somewhere. I think through past the front of the sheep enclosure and this green barn, and that's the exit road right there. Okay, who's still running? The Merge Max is running on that small field we just departed. The mowers had a hiccup, which we're going to have to check on at some point. I wonder if I can run through the... Is it quicker to run up through the... No. It's that yard there that access is 45. I guess I could go through that yard there if I pick the right entrance. Okay, oops. And drinking and driving, not a good plan. But that is the last of the cold tea. Okay, so that's the the main map yard. I think that's the yard you start with, just on the right back there. And then just past all these trees, you stupid van. Oh, you stupid car. Oh. Yeah, that's... It won't even let me get out of the tractor. That's awesome, guys. Okay, well that was eventful. And I think we dive in here to get to that middle yard. Maybe. Maybe I just took the wrong turn. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Well, there's still a farm track here, so just going to keep going. Ah, yes indeed. Okay. Well, that wasn't a complete disaster in navigation, apart from driving over a few vehicles. Come on, unfold. Oh, that's unfold. Some bits of equipment you can lower it and it will do the unfold at the same time. Other pieces of equipment just lower and that's it, they don't unfold. Now obviously it's the one where they just lower is good for the realism of lowering a piece of equipment on the floor before you detach it. But then it's not quite so good for pieces of equipment that you actually want to lower and unfold and start using, which is what I wanted to happen there. Okay, lower that, turn that on, give it 5 seconds, and off we go. I'm guessing the row to our right that is cut but not collected was probably a part of the field that is outside the contract area. Now that's sometimes okay. But the mower may have a working width that takes me outside the bounds of the field, but because the left side of that right mower unit is inside the field, it will cut the grass even beyond what I'm technically allowed to have. And then when you get a windrower or something, it just won't collect some of the stuff you've cut. Guess we'll get to see. Obviously the Merge Max is a sort of a collection unit, much like the mower unit is. So it may collect grass that is technically beyond the limits of the field that we're cutting. Actually, we've not done too badly here, I think. Or maybe we haven't. He says rounding a corner and finding more grass that wasn't cut, and a dry stone wall, which is a hazard. Ugh. I think what I might be able to do here is just go back the other way. at least we get to drive around in this for a bit. Should we drive inside? Now, the funny thing about this unit is they usually give you a tedder even if you're wrapping the grass, which is sort of a little bit pointless because this rows it for itself. So you don't actually need a tedder. Obviously, I mean, sometimes when I do a field like this, I'll go round the edge with the outside mower rowing, but just the outside mower. So it pulls everything towards the middle. So when you come to ted it and row it, it's not flinging grass beyond the field limits, which with a tedder you do have the risk of it just throwing grass outside the field boundary. Okay, I think nope, that's all cut, so just the bit at the top. Is it 2 bits at the top? Hard to tell. Yeah. As with all irregular shaped fields, there's usually a little wedge at the end. And we are done. So I can fold that up. I'll stick that off to the side here. You're still going, you're still going. We could get back to this one. Do some baling. Why not? So yeah, for this contract, or this set of contracts, we've used the borrowed equipment and just supplemented our ability to complete it quicker by using our tractors. So I don't have to take any of my equipment back. Also, it's a good idea if you are using your own equipment, use your own tractor on that piece of equipment, because when you complete the contract, you're going to end up with your equipment stuck in the middle of a field somewhere, and you're going to have to go and get it. Whereas if it's attached to one of your tractors, it's going to be in a field somewhere or attached to your tractor, so you've got something present to bring it home. But as I said, because this is all borrowed equipment on the back of my tractors, I'm just going to have to drive all my tractors home. But they'll all be in the same place, and they'll all be just across the road from our farm. So it's not too much of a trek to bring everything home. Anyway. The mowing's done, the tedding's in progress, and I completely messed up that corner. And yeah. So payment for these 3 contracts should end up around 60,000. So we'll end up with about 130,000. And I will probably not sell any hay except what's in the trailer as we're delivering the last load to a delivery location. So we get a very small bump in income by doing that. But hay really isn't very valuable. So the amount of money we're going to make off hay is not a great amount. Oh, again, there was about... Well, no, there wasn't about... Oh, the reason we couldn't run the baler straddling that first windrow is because we snatched a little bit off the edge but didn't get all of the grass that needed to be rowed along the edge of that row. And that's not an easy thing to do when you're trying to make a double row in the middle of the field. You know, pull the grass from each side of it, and you're butting up against an existing row on the pool side. And a couple of other bits that aren't getting collected. I think some of these balers bias to the left. So they'll collect on the left, but they will miss bits on the right. So what you end up needing to do is drive bias to the right of the windrow in order to collect its entirety. So you get those little bits here and there that don't get picked up. Alright, now there's a bale at the top of the next row. I'd probably... Oh, seriously? See what I mean? And all the workers are done. Oh well. We did the mowing. The rowing was in an odd-shaped field, but I think maybe. So if I do this so that the wheels are actually on the left of the row, if I position in cab, I'm actually positioning the middle of the tractor to the right side of the row, and that appears to collect everything. Whereas if I drive down the middle, sometimes, like we've got coming up here, that bit sticking out won't get collected by the baler, and so we end up with a little knob of grass just sat there, which annoys me. So we're collecting it all very, very carefully. Alright, and what we'll do is mess about with this bit. Couple of misbits over there again, but I'm not too... well, we'll go back, because we'll go back. Alright, we are on the edge of the field. It's now going to tell me this piece of equipment can only be used blah 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 blah. Okay, you think